So I see a lot of people talking about rooting in the ground and earthing, grounding, rooting. It's all really the same thing. When your feet are barefoot and you're touching the earth, it's a lot easier to connect and get, basically you're switching out electrons in the body, and you can pull the energy through the earth. In the wintertime, it kind of sucks to do this, right? Because it's cold outside. So in lieu of that, you grab a tree. How I personally do it, I'm going to demonstrate. So I personally get next to the tree, and I get in a relaxed stance about shoulder width apart, and I just place my hands on the tree. You want to keep your shoulders relaxed, and you want to feel and breathe into the tree, your palms. Within about 30 seconds, I feel all the energy sink down into my legs and get heavy. It's like water or like a wave, and it's coming down, and it gets below and just keeps sinking into the earth. That's the energy transferring back into the ground. As you breathe out, the tree is taking that in, right? And it's bringing it into its roots. And then you're energetically pulling up through your feet, like you're rooted into the ground. As you inhale, energy will come up into your body, and there's a cycle of breath and return and exchange. So I smile, and I open up my heart, and I send love into the tree, and I just sit here and I breathe. And I'll do it for 5-10 minutes, and I get really meditative with it, and I get to my Qigong. In Qigong, they have embraced the tree. And sometimes I'll touch both trees like this. I like touching every tree in and around here, and I have a relationship with every tree directly around me here. I send love to it every day, I pray for it. So having a connection to your environment, this is why I have rabbits coming up to me, and squirrels and birds, and it's basically just a lovely existence when you're one with nature. So this is the Zen part of getting in tune. Recently had somebody who was having a panic attack, and I brought them outside and had them put their hands on their tree, and their blood pressure dropped down and felt calm again. It should be intuitive, it should be natural to us, but it's really not anymore because we've lost this knowledge and material. You can still ground through your shoes. There's the methodology of grounding is really being relaxed. So if you're squeezing, you don't have the ability to have the energy travel through your body. Relaxation is the number one trick, tool, underlying is the key point in energy work, Qigong, Tai Chi, anything. If you're not relaxed, you want to relax all of the muscles in your body. No tension, everywhere. Tiniest muscles, little muscles in your hands, everything. Completely relaxed, and the only way to do that is through mindfulness. Another thing that I do, way longer than people would actually believe me, is called Zhuan training, which is just standing Qigong. We also call it Wuji. It's a state of no extremities. What does it mean? It means standing there with your feet shoulder width apart and doing absolutely nothing. In the mind, what meditation is, we'll get into that later. But doing this is simply standing. You can't really see. My feet, or my knees rather, are ever so slightly bent. So my body weight and my muscles in my legs don't have to work. It's all skeletal. So it meets in the hips, my spine, and then everything's kind of resting. So you bend your knees slightly, so it's basically over the middle of your foot. And then you just relax. Arms relaxed, and you feel like something's pulling each arm down, and just relaxing. You shrug. Wherever you have tension, if it's your neck, relax it, and just stay relaxed. The longer you stand here, the more you'll get aware of your tension and where it is. That's what unlocks tension. This is what unlocks the internals. A lot of people don't have the time and patience to do standing training and do nothing. Trust me, when you get used to it, you'll love to do it. This is what I do before I go to bed. I can stand there for an hour. You want to relax every tendon in each finger. Simultaneously, as you're rooting yourself, you should have this energetic thread from the top of your crown here, your bicuspid cavity. Okay, there's a soft spot on the top of your head that when you're born, it never really goes away fully. That's your bicuspid cavity. You want to imagine that there's a string connected to it and it's pulling you up like a puppet. At the same time, you're getting pulled down between your anus and genitals through your perineum into the ground. So all your weight's balancing in the middle of your foot. Your shoulders are relaxed, slightly rounded in. Okay, so the chest is slightly rounded. the tailbone is slightly tucked in and forward in this angle, okay? And it takes practice. It's well worth your time and investment, and this is basic keys of the Eternals, and focusing on your breathing and slowing your breathing down to the slowest point as you possibly can. And your breath goes into your lower abdomen. So that'll be the last thing I video if I have time. The breath into your lower abdomen. Okay, this is really very crucial. This is how all breathing is, let me rephrase, this is how a lot of breathing is done in internal work. This is called reverse breathing, return to childhood breathing, okay? I'm gonna start like so. I'm gonna exhale everything out of my lungs until below my belly button pulls back to my Ming Men, directly behind it. Flattening out my tummy, letting all the air out of my lungs, sucking my tummy in. On inhale, 2 inches below the navel, it will protrude like you're filling up water. And then your lungs, and then exhale the lungs, all goes to the belly, and then the belly flattens again. Inhale. Exhale. And that takes years of practice. The protruding there is like a Buddha belly, basically. And that's where your chi is kept, is your danchen. It's your energy center, okay? So imagine that like the ocean point, okay? And then you have lake points in the center of your palms, okay? And you have them in the center of your feet, and you have them at the tips of your fingers, and you have them in all the pores of your skin. Chi can come into your body from all of these points. You want to keep it below the navel and into the danchen, because what happens is, as your energy is cycling through your orbit, energy will cycle through in exchange with the earth and the heavens and the stars and everything around you. So as you're doing this, you have this constant exchange. You want to ground that energy, and when energy cycles through and it gets below your navel and into your danchen, it's like a purification process. And now the chi is clean and usable because it's gone through the ground and through the earth, and it's been cleansed and purified and comes back up into your body. This is the internals. You have a teacher, listen to what your teacher is telling you to do. That's the most important. There's no shortcut to martial arts and the internals except putting dedicated time with intent into the practice. When you can do that on a consistent basis, you'll see your skills improve. For some reason, I'm reverse aging. I look a lot younger than I did 10 years ago. So yeah, I got a little bit of this, but it's a good life when you get used to it. So that's why I'm out here promoting and sharing what I've learned. I've been doing the arts for 35 years now, and a huge reason you learn is to give back, and many people can benefit from these practices, and it's something that it's inherent in all of us, and we can all tap into this energy, this healing energy, and this energy in general. I mean, you'll have vibrancy, you'll have life. So it's I can't imagine living my life without it, and that's why I am here. So I hope you guys enjoy my videos, and I hope that it brings everybody up to a good place. So, Ami Tofu.